Hi guys, welcome to the Fixture Show. You're here with Marty and I'm here with the gaffer, the main man, Mr. Craig Lewington. So we are going to be talking about April's fixtures that have been and gone. Obviously the run into the playoffs. We're going to be talking about the cup game that have been reinstated into. We're going to be talking about the upcoming playoffs that they've done an absolutely awesome, fantastic job of doing and getting into, and where we go from there and what potentially next season looks like. And this will probably be the last show before the final show, the penultimate show before the end of the season. And hopefully we are going to have, well, definitely we are going to have some great news for you on our league position and going into the upper league. And obviously today the sun is here with us. We're not in our jackets, and that is what a difference a month can make. So without further ado, thank you, Craig, for being here and talking. So obviously last time we spoke, we did the April fixtures, and should we just run through those and how they went? And because we'll come to this, we had a game where you brought the master stroke, you brought your reserve keeper on, and he's come burning down the left hand side, crossed it in, and that was it, and it was the winner.
It was, yeah, that was the last game of the season. Yeah, we'll get to that, but we had Tadley away.
Yep.
No, we didn't. We had Shearwater at home, which we won 5-0.
Yep. Absolute drubbing behind 5-0. I mean,
yeah, it was, and we've always said on this we back ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah, 5-0. It was comfortable. It was good. We played really well that day. Played well that day. We then went to Tadley away.
Wow.
But we'd been confirmed in the playoffs.
Yep.
In between playing Tadley and in between playing Shearwater and Tadley.
Yep.
And it's the first time this year I could honestly say we just didn't look at the races. Do you know what I mean? We were like, we knew we were in the playoffs, we were confirmed, playing for nothing, and it looked like we were playing for nothing as well.
Yeah.
And we've not had to have a go at them many times this year, but we had to have a little pop at them and say, like, that it's not on. If we want to hit the playoffs in good form, not bad form.
It can be hard that when you're playing a dead rubber, you know, and it is that kind of that consideration where you're thinking, look, if we go all out and a couple of our key players get injured, then you're going to say, why did you step on the gas? We're in the playoffs, you know, and that's for me the main focus. It's like at the moment, you know, Arsenal being in the Champions League, they've got Bournemouth coming up at the weekend. Do you rest players? Well, of course you do, because you're going to get Champions League football, and then you need to win that competition. And I make you right on that, but it's hard. And obviously, when you're so used to winning, then you see performances like that. Naturally, it's going to get you back up.
No, and it did. And we had words after, like I said, we said we want to finish the season strong. Not, even though we are confirmed, like we still want to, like, good habits. Do you know what I mean? Winning's a habit.
Of course,
we didn't want to stop winning. I think we were undefeated in the year until that point. That was our first defeat of 25. So we then had Fleet, who were in the playoff spots as well. We went there, we drew 2-2, but again, we looked like us. Do you know what I mean? We were good that day, really good, and arguably should have won the game. And again, we're confirmed in the playoffs, but it's more of a Cobham display, I would say. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. The people that do what they do were doing it again, rather than shying away and ducking out. And then we finished at Alton, where we had the master stroke of putting Rourke on the left wing. So basically, our right back got booked. There was 5 minutes to go. Anyone got sent off, missed the playoffs.
Wow.
So we were just like, what's the point of risking it?
Yeah.
He's not even got to make a tackle. It could be the ref getting a decision wrong or something. He misses the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So we took him off. We said to Rourke, you're going to go on as a left winger.
I bet he loved it, didn't
he? Well, yeah, I won't tell you what he said, but
really, because the thing, goalkeepers do, you know, my experience, I'm a goalkeeper, and I used to love a bit on pitch, just here and there, and obviously every goalkeeper I think is a frustrated centre forward, but you know, obviously, and then to come on, steam down the wing, put that amazing ball in the box.
Mate, honestly, it was a great ball. No one thought he was going to get there. Everyone thought it was going off. He's whipped it in, and we've scored one in the 93rd minute and won 1-0. We did say to their manager, we did say we weren't being disrespectful. Do you know what I mean, by putting him on? Yeah. Because it you know, he could have easily looked at it. They're putting a goalie on as a left winger. So we did say to him that this is the reason why, and he was perfectly fine with it. Then 2 minutes later, he's chipped one in at the back post, and we win 1-0.
Maybe you should play him down the left-hand side.
No, you know, it's a one-off. Trust me, you ain't seen him. So. But no, you know what? It was good because we had been confirmed in the playoffs for so long. Yeah, it's sort of like a bit one-toned, and that just brightened everything up. Do you know what I mean? Like in the change room after, that was just that little bit of buzz and excitement that that probably we needed.
Yeah.
And yeah, sort of hopefully now we're just waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting. So yeah, but it was, apart from Tadley, another good month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's all the games done and dusted, and now obviously we move on. We've been reinstated to the cup. So let's talk about that, and let's talk about how that came about and what that looks like.
So we went to Risborough in the League Cup.
Right.
We were still going for the playoffs then. So we made a couple of changes, as you said, just prioritising the league.
Yeah.
And we lost 1-0 on the day. Hold up.
Still got it in you, Craig.
Got it, mate. See,
you know
don't move.
we lost. Swaz it across the pitch then.
The old laces. We lost 1-0 on the day. But then we found out this week that during the week of the game, in the build-up, they'd signed 8 players.
Right.
And a couple of them were eligible. So
how did you find this out?
Just the FA, just the Cup.
Really?
Well, not the FA, the Combined Counties League.
How did they find out though?
No idea. I'm not sure how it's all done, but they got kicked out. We've been put back in.
Nice.
But do you know what? Obviously now we're waiting for the playoffs. It's like a godsend that we've been put back in, because obviously the season's finished and we're gonna have no games for however long.
Yeah.
Like no one knows when the playoffs are gonna start. So the other 3 teams ain't playing. We've now got opportunity. Well, we will be playing next Tuesday, quarter-final of a League Cup, and it's a competitive game. So you've got that edge to it.
Yeah, of course.
If we win that, we're there on the Saturday in the semi-final,
wow,
and then a potential final. So between now and the playoffs, we could have 3 competitive fixtures,
wow,
which the other 3 teams ain't going to have. So
wow,
you're hoping it, gives us that little edge.
Yeah.
So when the playoffs are finally announced, that we're good and ready to go.
Wow, wow, brilliant. So playoffs, talk to me.
Yeah.
Let's, the starters. What was the point? Oh, on the nose. What was the point in the season when you knew that we're going to be, we are going to definitely be in the playoffs? When you, whether you concretely knew because of the system in the league, or was there a point in the season you thought there is no way we are missing the playoffs just because of how the team were playing?
Yeah, there were 2 points. We had Tooting Mitcham away.
Yeah. Which
is a tough game. Anyone in the league will say that's a tough game.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Whiteleaf, who were probably the best team in the league, they went there and lost 1-0.
Wow.
Big club, and we went there and won 2-0. That was, I'll say, January time.
Yeah.
And you just start thinking to yourself, this could be our year. And then we had Tadley at home, and at the time it was still quite tight. That if they'd have won it, they would still been about 9 points behind us, but it'd have been, you start looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And we beat them 5-2, I think.
Yeah, I remember it's 5-2. Yeah.
A proper 5-2 and all.
Yeah,
if
it was.
7 or 8, they couldn't have argued.
Yeah.
And then I thought secretly, you would never come out and say it, but you're thinking, we're in, we're gonna do this, yeah.
And then I know you're not going to say no, but seriously, like, if you put yourself in a lie detector, do you seriously see yourself, getting promoted?
No. I don't see why not.
You don't see why not? I don't
see why not. If you look at it, with everything that's going on, so if Radio are deducted the points, which everyone says they're going to be, Whiteleaf get the league, right? So then if you look at the remaining games, we drew with Radio away, beat them here.
Yeah.
We drew with Jersey twice.
Yeah.
And drew and lost to Fleet. So there's only Fleet, out of all the playoff teams, only Fleet that beat us. Yeah. So why not? Do you know what I mean? Like, the crying shame is, though, it's not going to be here.
Yeah.
It's going to be away. Wherever we play our semi-final will be away.
Do you know what? And the reason why I say that is because if I'm honest with you, and I don't, essentially my role is to, to do this stuff, but from what I've seen and the results, and obviously I watch the games, I commentate on them.
Yeah.
The games that I've seen, and I know the league position and I know the table, I genuinely believe this year that I just think it's kind of half written in the stars. I do generally believe you guys are going to get promoted. I just get a feeling about it. That's why I ask.
No, and you know what? With being reinstated into the cup and getting these games,
this is what I mean.
Like the stars are aligning a little bit.
Do you know what? For me, I look at all of these things in football, and I'm not saying, listen, you've got to do the business on the pitch, and you can't just walk into going to, right, we've nailed this. We're going through. We're going to win the league. You've then got to go and do it. But I just think there's certain times in football where you just think, and generally it kind of as long as you deliver, you do your preparation, and you do the business on the pitch.
I think as well, like I say, we drew with Jersey twice, beat with Red and drew. I think if they could pick a team not to play, I think they'd both pick us. Yeah. I think they'd rather. There's no disrespect to Fleet. Fleet have beaten us, but I think they'd rather play Fleet than us.
Definitely. So explain to everyone, like, obviously, as you say, the first game that we get, that's going to be away.
Semi-final.
And explain how the playoff system works, if it's any different to anyone that's watching it that doesn't know exactly how the fixtures. So let's say where we're starting now and the route to the final and being promoted. What would the games schedule? What does this look like?
Yeah, so they're only one leg, which is a killer.
Yeah.
So 2 plays 5.
Yeah.
So if it looks like it will be what it would be, it would be Jersey playing Fleet.
Yeah.
3 plays 4, which is Red Hill against us.
Yeah.
And obviously the winners meet in the final, and whoever's the highest ranked team get the home advantage. So the only way we'll be at home is if Fleet beat Jersey, because Fleet come 5th, and we beat Red Hill because we come 4th.
Yeah.
Then we're here.
And
then
what sort of days would these be? Would they be a Saturday? Would they be a midweek? Would they?
They were due to be Saturdays, but with everything going on, no one knows.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be so rushed. I think one could be on the semi-final could be a midweek.
That'd be
final.
Do you know what? An evening like this, a semi-final,
home of football.
Beautiful. There you go. Beautiful weather. The home of football. The carpet. You know.
That's it. You fancy your chances?
I do. Yeah. I do. I fancy a great evening like that in the semi-final, getting through to the final. And where would the final be played?
At the highest ranked round.
Okay.
So whoever finishes highest gets the home advantage.
Right, in the final.
In the final.
As well.
Yeah.
Okay, so
if we beat Red Hill,
as
it stands,
and
Fleet beat Jersey, we'd be at home.
In the final.
Wow. If obviously we beat Red Hill and Jersey beat Fleet, we'd be flying out to Jersey.
Wow.
Because they'll finish 2nd.
Yeah.
But do you know what, mate? At the start of the year, if you'd have said to anyone in the league, I've seen a couple of things on Twitter and whatnot, predicted tables, and you had Cobham 9th, 10th. You had the big hitters there, Jersey, Red Hill, your Fleets. They're all where they should be. And little old Cobham, even though we secretly thought we had a real good chance, the way we finished last year, we really thought we had a chance. Like, there's no pressure on us. All the pressure's on the other 3.
Of course.
They are forking out massive dough compared to what we're forking out. Do you know what I mean? So there's no pressure on us. Do you know what I mean? We're happy just to be in this situation, and we're going to give it our best shot. Do you know what I mean? For them, you know, you almost the money they're paying out, they need to get promotion. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of pressure on them teams. We can just go and enjoy it.
And that's it. And playing free-flowing football when you're enjoying it, I think there's a lot said to that.
Yeah, and it's. Yeah, we do play good football.
Yes,
and that's what I'm saying. That is the only thing that worries me a little bit, that wherever we play a semi-final, we'll be away and it ain't going to be on this. Do you know what I mean?
Because you play good passing, fluid football.
Exactly. You do have to change your game up. Do you know what I mean? You can't play the same way on horrible bobbly pitches.
So when is the next game again?
The quarter-final League Cup's next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, what, 7:45 kickoff?
7:45 here. The semi-final, if we get through, is the Saturday. And then the playoffs are just
as and when.
Yeah,
brilliant.
As and when.
Well, look, fantastic. Thanks for speaking to us, Craig.
Cool. Something, mate.
Fixture Show with Marty. Please like, share, subscribe. All of that stuff really helps the channel. Please leave your comments. Let us know what you think of the video. And please let us know your predictions for Cobham's route to promotion. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care. See you soon.